Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So if you ever thought of studying in or working in Australia, so this video is exactly for you. Australia is one of the top destinations for students and professionals. So today I'm having a conversation with my friend Shreyas, who is actually working in Australia, and to give you more real insights, not just what you see on Google. So let's dive in and understand what it really takes to build a career in Australia. Welcome Shreyas to my channel.
Hey, thanks, Malden. Glad to be here.
So, could you briefly introduce yourself and tell us what you're doing in Australia right now?
Yeah, sure, Malden. So I came to Australia in 2023 to do my master's in cybersecurity. I did it from Deakin University in Vaughan Ponds, Geelong. I graduated in September last year, and currently I'm working as a software engineer for one of the big tech firms here. So we have a couple of clients, usually in the financial industry, and I'm working as a software engineer and working on the blockchain space.
Yeah. When did you first decide to move to Australia and what inspired you that decision?
I decided to move to Australia in, I think, 2022 or 2021. So I always had a plan of doing my master's, and Australia seemed like the best fit for the lifestyle, the culture, the education, and also the opportunities that it presents.
Okay, okay, nice. So, what is the process to apply for higher studies in Australia? Maybe for MTech or PhD or something like that.
So you have a couple of different pathways. So mainly, if you plan to do your masters, most of it will be in either two streams, coursework or research. So the process to apply for those will differ slightly from uni to uni. So the basic agenda is first you understand what course you want to do and try to find out which universities offer that particular course that you're interested in. A couple of factors you need to consider is the duration of the course, the location where the course is being offered, and also the post-study work opportunities if you plan to do so. So once you find out your university, you just have to get in touch with the uni, and also you'll have some information online. So you just need to lodge your application for that particular course. Once that happens, they'll give you an offer letter. If it's has some conditions, then you need to meet those conditions. Once that's satisfied, you get an unconditional offer, after which you need to pay the first semester fees.
Okay. And how long this
Following,
process will take? Yeah.
again, it depends on each uni. So usually, I'd say give yourself about 2 to 3 months. That is, if you have all your documents in place. Again, if you need to scramble around to find necessary information, then that process might take a bit longer.
And is it necessary to know like English tests like IELTS or PTE to study there?
Yeah, it's absolutely necessary. So, since Australia is a English-speaking country, they expect basic level of English communication, and to prove that, you need to give either your IELTS or your PTE,
Okay.
and each uni will have their own requirements. So these English tests will be based on listening, reading, and writing, also your speaking abilities, and based on the level of course that you're opting for, and also maybe the university requirements. This might change, but yes, you need to know English to come here.
Okay. So for the general university in Australia, like what is the minimum score for IELTS?
Uh, as far as I know, I think it was around 7 band, but Australia keeps updating their rules and regulations, their policies. So it's best to check with the Department of Home Affairs, and you can have a look at their website for more details on the visa category that you're applying for. So for a student visa, that would be subclass 500, and you can get the latest and updated information on the DOHA website.
So how is the Australia education system different to compare to India?
Okay, that's a good question. So in India, right, since we started our schooling, say in kindergarten up until maybe our bachelor's as well. Teachers and professors took special care into ensuring that everyone is on the same page. Say they give you tutoring, they dictate notes or write on the blackboard and those kind of things. Just they ensure that every single student is on the same page. But once you come to Australia, you realize that it's not the same. So it's more of how well you perform, and it's more of an individual effort. So as long as you take care into ensuring that you're doing the right work, you're doing the right research, and of the right quality, then you're good to go.
Okay, and what about education system? I mean, exam system there?
Okay, that again varies from course to course or subject to subject. So, couple of universities they have strict requirements of say each subject that you opt for. You need to give a written exam or something like that. Most of them they're usually assignment based. So each week you'll have around 4 to 5 assignments, which you need to submit for each subject that you're opting for, and there will be a designated tutor who checks your assignments, grades them, marks them, and if any clarifications or improvements are required, they'll provide feedback, and the student can work based on that particular feedback and ensure that he passes that assignment. And the overall accumulation of all the assignments over the course of the trimester is taken into consideration while giving your final marks.
Okay, got it. And how much does this cost to study in Australia for any international student? Is it like same like Indian fees or different?
A bit different, and I'd say a bit more expensive for international students compared to domestic students. The last I checked, the course fees may vary from 40 to 50 lakhs depending on the university, the course, and also the location where the course is being offered.
And is it like once you're done with the education, do the colleges provide you placements there?
Yeah, they do have some placement opportunities within the university, but again, it's more of how proactive the student is in applying to these opportunities and applying for job interviews and whatnot. So the university does provide some placement support. Again, it depends on the university itself, the one that you're opting for. So just make sure if you have a plan to work after studying, then just have a look at the placement opportunities provided by the university. They usually publicize them in the website itself, so you can have a look there.
Okay, got it. So what is the process of getting a job in Australia like without prior experience? As like we all go to Australia like without any experience just to do masters and then get into this IT field or something else. So how do you get inside there?
Takes some struggle, so you need to keep an eye out on the job boards or say LinkedIn jobs. A couple of them are like Indeed, Seek, Jora, or again, LinkedIn is one of the best platforms that I've noticed so far. So it's pretty straightforward. Just go through the application and submit your interest to that. They will ask for your resume, your experience, or your project. So, like you asked, most of them they don't have prior experience. So one thing that they need to focus on is their projects or any other extra activities or certifications that they're doing to prove that they are competent enough to do the role that they're applying for. One thing that helps is having projects. Since you don't have experience, they usually look at your projects, and you need to be thorough with what you're doing, and you need to be able to justify yourself.
So do Australian companies directly hire these freshers from India? Is there any opportunity for that?
There is no such thing that they'll only hire from India or any other place. Again, there is opportunities here, but you need to be eligible to those. Most of these opportunities are reserved for the Australian citizens or people who have the PR. The next will come people with more experience. And later on, your chance comes and you need to be ready for that. Again, there are entry level roles or graduate programs available in few companies. But as you can imagine, there'll be a lot of competition for those kind of roles. So you need to be on your toes and you need to be on the top of your game while you're applying.
Got it. And how important is this English communication for job applications and workplace success?
I would say it's pretty important, Marlon. So again, in the workplace, you usually communicate in English, and if you're dealing with clients, then it's better to have a good grasp on English. Again, we can't be native speakers, but we need to be proficient and competent enough to understand what they're saying and try to give correct responses and communicate more freely.
And is it what is the process of getting conversion from student visa to work visa after graduation there? Is it easy or like something like that?
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. So, when you're converting your student visa to a temporary work visa, which is 485, you need to have a couple of requirements. Like, you need to give your English test again if it's expired. Another thing is you need to give your health exam and you need to have a valid health insurance. So, once you have these university graduation certificate or your course completion certificate, you can apply straight away on the Home Affairs website, and yeah, you get your visa pretty quickly. So in the last batch, the conversion was almost instant. So the moment you apply, you get converted to the new visa.
Okay, got it. And what are
Yeah.
some high demand fields currently in Australia right now?
Uh, so there are a couple of fields. Again, in Australia, tech, I would say, is not the main or in demand field. Most of it would be in hospitality or in culinary, even the medical field, like if you're a nurse or a registered healthcare professional, they have good demand. Painter, carpentry, those are the other jobs. Besides that, if you're looking into tech, then I'd say cloud, AI, ML, what else? Blockchain is also going right now.
And how is life in Australia like in terms of culture, weather, lifestyle compared to India?
Compared to India, that's a good question. So I would say people are a bit more relaxed, they're more carefree, and they honor the work-life balance, and they give a lot of importance to mental health and well-being. And yeah, they honor family time pretty well. So you can notice that the first time you come to Australia, you notice not a lot of people roaming around on the streets or in the cities, usually late in the evening. So all the shops as well, they close pretty quickly around maybe 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock. So they prefer family time a lot. Regarding the weather, yeah, it's usually the opposite of what's happening in India. So right now, winter is starting.
Oh,
So that's one thing. And the weather over here, especially in Melbourne, they say that you get to witness four seasons in one day. So in the morning, it'll be pretty cold, and later you'll get some rain, then you'll get some sunlight, and yeah, it keeps changing. So be be prepared for a lot of weathers.
God. What are the living expenses like for a student or fresher for someone who's trying to move to Australia?
When you're coming to the question for living expenses, I'd say you can categorize it into a couple of different fields. Like the major expense would go towards your rent, which you can expect anywhere between 200 to $250 or more, depending on your living condition. whether it's in a good locality, or the closer you move to the city, the more expensive it becomes. And it is suggested that you take a place which is close by to your uni, so your traveling time reduces, and yeah, it's more convenient that way. The next, I would say, comes groceries. Again, depends on what lifestyle you lead. So you can expect around $100 maybe for a week or two, or more, depends on your intake. Transport is on the minimal end. So here in Victoria, we have something called as PTV, so Public Transport Victoria, where they have bus networks, trams, metros, trains, etc. And usually the fare is dependent on the distance or the location that you're going to. And it has a cap of around $11 on the day. So no matter how much you travel, you won't be charged more than $11.
And for someone like who has come for the Australia for the first time, like are they eligible to apply for part times there?
Yes, usually the visa allows you to work part time around 24 hours a week or 48 hours a fortnight. Again, this needs to be confirmed and checked across your visa conditions. So, once you land here, you're eligible to work once your university starts, and the government keeps a strict eye on how long you're working for. So you get taxed on the number of hours you're working for, and that's how they get to know how long you work for.
As you told, like the rent is like the major expense there. How is finding accommodation in Australia? Is it challenging or is it easy? How is it?
And that's a good question, Martin. So to find a house, it won't be that difficult, but to find a good house, that's a bit challenging. So when you're applying, you can just book an inspection first, and only after you go and inspect the house can you proceed with the application to apply. So you get houses or rental listings on a couple of different places, maybe the real estate agent websites, or maybe Facebook Marketplace, Gumtree, or Flatmates. And those are different websites. There may be a few. And people usually look for roommates. That means they already have the house and they're looking for a roommate or housemate to join in. So you can keep your eye out on these kind of opportunities, and yeah, just make sure that you do a thorough check and that you're happy with the place that you're finding. And I'd say keep a couple of options open. Don't jump in at the first opportunity you get. So yeah, things to consider would be the locality where you're staying. Some places they offer good locations closer to all the amenities like hospitals or shopping centers. Again, like I said, it's better to look for places that's closer to your university if you're planning to move here.
Okay, got it. So how do Indians like typically make friends and build a community there? Like, do they find other Indians there, or how difficult or how easy is it?
I would say it's pretty easy because you find a lot of classmates who might be from the same locality as you are, or they could speak the same language. Ultimately, there are no borders here to making friends. So you just need to put yourself out there, come out of the shell that, yeah, I need to be independent or I can do it all on my own. You need people here. So just go out, talk to people. There will be events. You can join some clubs in your university and make friends there. You can volunteer, or you could just meet someone or bump into them in the cafe. You never know. So yeah, just keep your mindset open. Just be ready to mingle if you plan to make friends.
So, what was the biggest challenge which you faced after moving to Australia?
Me, okay. Uh, I landed here in July 2023, and that was actually the peak winter time. So just getting used to the climate, that was a bit challenging for me. So I'd say just pack up some warm clothes, some woolen, some mittens, and yeah, that should be good. Besides that, the culture over here, so everyone's nice and friendly. So in India, you don't usually go around the street and the person coming in front of you, they don't greet you as such. So here, you get used to it. So people just say, "Hi, how are you?" and you just reply back. So yeah, that you get used to it. So that's what, when you're coming to a new country, most of the things will be different. So it's a new experience, and slowly you get used to it and it becomes a part of you.
Got it. Got it. So, what do you wish you know knew before coming to Australia now?
I don't think there would be anything particular as such, because again, everything's new and you just get to know new stuff each day. Um, you have a lot of resources as well. So, one thing that I would like to have known before coming here, hmm, maybe the culture, study the culture a bit more. So, how people are, the lifestyle in Australia, so it doesn't surprise you or you don't get shocked. So, that's one way.
Okay, got it. So, any key advice for freshers who are planning to move, like things they must avoid or prepare for?
Mm. Do your research and be thorough with what your plan is, and you need to find a good reason to come here or to stay here, because that reason is what motivates you every day. So make sure you have a solid reason to come here in the first place. Besides that, yeah, just pack a couple of more clothes or anything that reminds you of home. One advice I got was, when packing, just pack a couple of packets of Maggie. So that really helped me.
Any resources or websites or communities you want to recommend, or someone who is just starting to move to Australia?
Hmm. I would say join Facebook. So I did notice a lot of Aussies here, they use Facebook, and it's a pretty important part of daily life, I would say, because most of your communities you can find it on Facebook or maybe some other websites like Reddit or Instagram. And yeah, just keep an eye out on the Australian government websites, the Home Affairs websites, um, and mostly the states where you're visiting or where you want to study, say Victoria, they have their own website, so you can understand what's happening in and around. And local communities have their own notice boards. You can find them all along the, say, shopping centers or libraries or even in public places. So you can just keep an eye out. And if there are any other websites, pop them, I'll send them to you so you can add them.
Sure, sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what's the final message you would like to give to anyone who is dreaming or preparing for Australia?
Okay. Final message, I would say, be prepared to have your world turned upside down. Be prepared for experiencing independence. Be prepared for being responsible. Again, when you're here, you're on your own. You might have friends, but ultimately, it's up to you to decide what you do, how you do it. So just be mindful when you're coming to Australia, you're coming to a new place which already has their own people. So make sure you blend in and understand how they live, what their lifestyle is. And yeah, the transition should be pretty smooth once you're coming here.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all, Shreyas. Thank you for joining in, and thank you for sharing your valuable insights about Australia to all the people who are watching this video. Thank you so much.
And thanks, Martin. Thanks for having me. And yeah, everyone who's watching this, all the best. And Hope you do what you dream. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.